All right, we're at AA Cards and Collectibles with,
Danny.
and he won today's locals with.
Virtual World, pure.
Deck I hadn't seen play in years. Whew, spicy. Shoutouts.
Yeah, shout outs to AA Card and Collectibles, great locals here in Kokomo, Indiana. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Shout outs to all the guys here at the Kokomo scene and the Yu-Gi-Oh scene. And then shout out to Matt and Jake, who are my sponsors. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the profile. So we start off with 3 Lao Lao. Nothing to explain here. Some people contemplate cutting to 2, or the old build cuts to 2. I like 3. I want to see names. So I'll play 3 of that. Play 3 Gigi. 3 the best one, Lulu. 3 GG. This is Lily. And then 2 of the Yin Yin. So pretty much maxing out except on this one because this is essentially like your normal summon. These are your 2 E-Telly targets. But yeah, this is pretty much the ratio that I played before. So it's pretty good. And then we're going to go on to the hand traps. I play a lot of them. So we're going to start off with 3 Ash Blossom. It's not the best hand trap in the format, but it hits the majority of most decks, so you gotta play it's generic. You can cut it out. I thought about cutting it out, but it comes up. So 3 Ash, double Droll. Droll is really good. I think I've resolved it once today. The other time I got called by the grave, but it didn't matter. And then the best hand trap today, MVP, was the Gamma. This card's like nuts, this format, or a combination with these 2. So last match, I drilled him, he called by, I had Gamma for his normal summon, Manda no monster, and game 1 was pretty much done after that point. So that's it for the monster hand traps. I'm going to go into the trap cards. So the other last 3 hand trap, which is a trap, but the 3 imperm. And then the other traps that I only play is the 1 Zhao Wing, whatever you want to call that, and 2 Chuche. So that's standard. Shouldn't play any more than that. And then spell cards, we play 3 Quailun, mandatory. And then we play 3 Quanglong. So those are pretty standard. And then non-engine spells are double or triple E-Telly. Card's really good. Card's cracked. Double Desires and 1 Foolish Burial Goods. So this was good to me today. This is really good. Foolish is foolish. Start your combos. So that's it for the main deck. 42 cards. Worked out pretty good today. We'll go on to the side deck. Yeah, we'll do side deck. Side deck. We'll start off with the monster part. I play 2. This is for the Pearly matchup and pretty much any towers or / problematic monsters. Triple or double ogre. I thought about bumping this up to 3, but so far having it in the side at 2. With as much that I draw in this deck, or I can draw in this deck, I usually see my side cards most of the time. So seeing 2 is fine. Thought about maining it, but I just like it in the side because you never know what matchup you're going to go with in this format since it's not a determined format yet, in my opinion. So having this in the side is better because sometimes certain rogue matchups this is just butt. And then we play double nib, same scenario. Why we play the nib in the side because we don't know the matchup we're going to play against. If you play a trap deck, this is useless. If you play a deck that doesn't summon more than 5 times, this is useless. Or just a board that can make a Baron or Nominee Negate before the 5th summon consistently, this is useless. You might mostly want it in the side most of the time. So that's it for the monster hand traps or interruptions in my side. Then we play triple Dark Ruler no more. This card's really good this format. Dark Ruler makes Zeus with this deck and then wipe their board in full combo is standard. You can do it really easy in this deck. So this deck, Dark Ruler is just really good this format. Triple Evenly, I still play it. You still got to respect those back row decks, Flunderies. So just evenly. I mean, the card's still just really good in the format. And then this card, I've got to resolve it a few times, but this card's actually nuts. Anti-spell with most decks right now in the format having very spell heavy. This card's really good. Good against branded. Pretty much any deck that's just really spell heavy is just really good. It's essentially with this deck is just an OTK essentially. So that's it for the side deck.
Then that extra deck.
And then the extra deck, we play one fusion, play the Kaliga. Obviously this is for the lock. Everybody should know that lock by now. For the synchros, we play one Croc Source. Most of the time it's, if you really did breaking at the dig. Also, I use the pop effect a lot more than I do the draw effect. And if I do use the draw effect, it's just a draw. I'm already far ahead. And it just sometimes I just leave it on the field as an extra pop for my just have a card full of handful of cards. We play the Zulkin for the Crystal Wing. And then we play the Muddy Mud for the Kaliga play. Turn this, make Alistair, it's dark. This is Alistair, make Kaliga. And then we play Sigma. Card's actually really good. It's not bad at all. You just make it up top, do double damage, and it's a towers, essentially. Juju. I actually use this card a lot. Its effect that it's unaffected is pretty good, and the fact that it gets to target pop a card on the field, so it gets rid of annoying things. You bait out you do a lot. A lot of times I like to do this with Croc, with Coral. So I like to abuse this one, and this one a lot, especially if I'm going to my combos playing into a board, especially back row, because this will bait out a back row, this will bait out a back row, this can bait out a back row. So you abuse these a lot into just popping things and baiting out a lot of the Omni negates and negates if you get that far. So these are just kind of like your Phoenixes and like your Cerberuses, where you just pop monsters, pop cards, and then you can full combo them at that point. So that's how I abuse these. I like to use the pops to bait out a lot of things. The one charge to draw, and then obviously one of the best cards in the extra deck, Shen. Card's really good in the format. There's a reason I picked up this deck. This and Chuche is really good in the format because popping the scale for heavy Sam, and then being able to just banish. You play Mana Dome, Sam. A lot of their stuff just gets banished, and they don't have a graveyard to really recycle their monsters back to the field. So it's just really good against those matchups. And even against Pearly, when they activate their spells, they just get banished. So they don't have anything really. If they don't have the out to Shen, Pearly, their spells just get banished. So they have no way to really put any materials under their monster if they don't have the out to Shen. If they don't have Imperm Dark Roller, just most of the time it can just be game, depending what they make. And then for the XZs, play Utopia. It's just an OTK enabler. It's there. It's a flex spot. Zeus, Break Sword, Constellar. I didn't use this. I did use this. Didn't use this. I think I used Utopia once. But the card I played today, that I switched out, the Fan, I think it was, I decided to play this guy. This was very big in the tier format. This card's actually still nuts, in my opinion. I chose to play it. I took a shifter and used a 9 to make a tuner, level 3 to make my Shen. I use it to try to steal a Baron and force the Imperm. I used it to steal a Judgment today to set the Judgment. So this card's actually really good, and it's also a good way to just bait out things because people respect the fact that detaching 2 to be able to steal a Baron that you pop with your Chuche or negate with Quilon, pop with Chuche. I tried to do that play. It forced out the Impermanent, just game from there. So this card's really good, and also it's just the fact that it's a quick effect. Even against, if you just put this up against the Samurai when they go the effect to bring it back, you can also just detach and bring back the card. So that card's this card's nuts. In certain scenarios, basically a lot of scenarios there's a lot of niche graveyard effects that people bring a lot of monsters out of the graveyard. So this is still just really good, and the 100 boost is really good too. So that was a deck 42. I'm gonna be changing this soon to a different build, which hopefully I'll have built by next locals, and you guys will be able to see that, which it's gonna be spicy. And then last shout out actually. To Matt, because me and Matt actually talked about this deck, the ratios and stuff like that. So Matt, me and him just collaborated on what should be in the main, what should be in the side, and I kind of said, look, this is what I want. We agreed on a lot of different things. I said, you make the ratio how we feel like it's going to be comfortable with the deck. Then we came up with 42. So shout out to him because we built the deck together, and it's been working. I like the deck. It does have that problem where it bricks, but you kind of give up that thing. But that's why I said we're going to be messing with it. You know, there's a lot of different synchros and tuners out there and archetypes that can be splashed with Virtual World. And I'm looking to do that with a specific archetype that's newer to the format. So you guys will stay tuned for that. And that's it.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.